Our immediate responses to the events surrounding us frequently ensnare us in emotional storms in the fast-paced and bustling modern world. At times, a mere glance or casual word can cause us to feel anxious and restless. These impulsive reactions not only exhaust our minds, but also divert us from the path of peace we are striving for. However, Stoic philosophy, with its TES principles, provides a liberation path that allows us to respond rather than simply react. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, once stated, "You controls your mind, not external events." This quote illuminates the darkness, reminding us that true strength stems from self-awareness and self-control, not emotional influence. Upon realizing this, one will discover their own strength. Briefly, Halt Stoic philosophy instructs us to take a deep inhale and make a deliberate and thoughtful decision in order to confront life with composure and assurance. The journey of transforming the mind from a passive reactive state to an active mindset is not only a journey to self-discovery, but also a path to true freedom, free from the pressures and invisible worries that weigh heavily on the soul. Let us explore and apply the principles of Stoicism together to live a life that is lighter, more profound, and meaningful. A Stoic begins with these words. Words of Stoic wisdom. Stoic philosophy has long served as a guide for individuals seeking to maintain a tranquil and unwavering existence in the face of adversity, such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Wisdom is not only about understanding, but also about the ability to control emotions and choose the right way to react to challenges. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus once stated that true strength in every situation is derived from our choices. Imagine you are driving and someone suddenly cuts you off. The natural reaction might be anger or frustration, but with a mind trained in Stoic philosophy, you can choose a different response, staying calm, forgiving, and continuing on your journey without letting that minor incident ruin your day. The wisdom in controlling reactions is not limited to handling daily stressful situations, but also opens the door to a peaceful and free life in the Bible. Jesus taught us about patience and forgiveness. When faced with opposition and challenges, he chose love and forgiveness instead of anger and punishment. This is the clearest manifestation of a mind trained to respond rather than just react. Have you ever wondered how to remain calm and clear-headed during difficult moments? How can we avoid succumbing to negative emotions? The Stoic philosophy's wisdom posits that the pursuit of peace commences with self-awareness and self-control. It is important to examine oneself and ask whether a particular reaction is truly necessary and whether it aligns with the values one aspires to. Furthermore, research shows that successful individuals often control their emotions and thoughtfully choose their responses. In conclusion, the training of the mind to respond rather than react is not only the path to inner peace, but also the foundation for a meaningful life. By examining the life of Nelson Mandela, who endured nearly 3 decades in prison, we can see that his calmness and forgiveness transformed him into a symbol of freedom and peace, rather than merely a victim of injustice. Let the wisdom of Stoic philosophy and the example of Jesus illuminate our path, guiding us to live a life full of wisdom and love. Will you choose to react or respond? The choice is in your hands. The power of choice. In life, we frequently encounter challenging situations and crossroads where a single choice can completely alter our destiny. Stoic philosophy has long emphasized the significance of the power of choice, a capacity that we all possess but rarely exercise. Determining how to respond reveals our true fortitude. Choice is not simply about deciding what to do, but also about determining how we think and feel about a situation when faced with adversity. We can choose to react negatively, drowning in resentment and disappointment, or we can choose to face it calmly and wisely. For example, imagine that you are standing in a long line at the supermarket, and just as it is almost your turn, someone cuts in front without acknowledging your patience and that of others. Our natural reaction might be anger, feeling disrespected, and wanting to immediately respond with complaints. However, pause for a moment and consider the consequences. Take a deep breath and contemplate the reason for the individual's behavior. They may be having an emergency or acting out of character. We must decide whether to respond with anger and criticism or with understanding and empathy when faced with situations such as unfair criticism from a colleague or unexpected disruptions to our plans. We must decide whether to wallow in disappointment or find ways to turn these challenges into opportunities for growth and learning. The power of choice not only influences our responses to specific circumstances, but it also contributes to the development of our character and existence. In all of his teachings, Jesus urged people to choose love and compassion, even in the face of adversity and hostility. He chose to forgive his enemies, demonstrating a higher path that leads to true peace and happiness. Consequently, when confronted with life's challenges, remember that the choice is in your hands. Choose to react in a manner that makes you proud and to exhibit the best version of yourself. This is not only the teaching of Stoic philosophy, but also an eternal truth that we can apply to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Number 3 is the practice of mindfulness in daily life. The concept of mindfulness, a familiar concept in Eastern philosophy, has found its place in Stoic philosophy as a powerful tool to help us control and master our emotions. In daily life, mindfulness is not merely about being aware of our surroundings. It also involves the capacity to deeply comprehend our inner selves, enabling us to respond to each situation in a rational and composed manner. However, how can mindfulness assist us in responding instead of reacting? Consider a stressful day when you are attempting to complete your work on time and a colleague makes a hurtful comment. The natural reaction may be to respond immediately, feeling offended and angry. However, by practicing mindfulness, we can pause, take a deep breath, and acknowledge the negative emotions. By rising, we opt to respond in a composed and deliberate manner rather than allowing them to dictate our actions. Mindfulness instructs us to acknowledge and embrace emotions without condemnation. The ability to choose how to confront them in a positive manner is reminiscent of the teachings of Jesus in the Bible, which encourage us to remain composed and respond with compassion and understanding, even when confronted with challenging situations. Let us ask ourselves whether we can pause in the face of a stressful situation to reflect and adjust our emotions, or if we can use mindfulness to guide our actions instead of reacting unconsciously. Examine the lives of successful individuals. Many of them have implemented mindfulness in their daily routines. For instance, business leaders frequently employ meditation to enhance their alertness and clarity in decision-making. They are aware that serenity and the capacity to respond intelligently are essential. Under pressure, practicing mindfulness not only enables us to respond instead of react, but it also unlocks the path to a more balanced and happier life. The decision is ours. Let us choose the path of awareness and wisdom, so that each day is not merely a series of unconscious reactions, but a journey of control and initiative in every action. The fourth goal of virtue is to cultivate a responsive character. The importance of virtue in the development of a responsive mindset in Stoic philosophy. Virtue, not only an admirable quality, but also the essence of life, guides the human soul toward peace and tranquility. Tranquility virtue allows us to cultivate a deliberate response mentality that is fundamentally distinct from impulsive emotional reactions. In this regard, virtue encompasses wisdom, fortitude, justice, and temperance. It is the ability to regulate emotions. One must possess the ability to control oneself and respond to all circumstances with composure and logical reasoning. Let us consider Martin Luther King Jr., the renowned leader of the American Civil Rights Movement, as an example. He confronted hostility and oppression with courage and virtue, leading the fight for the equality of black people through non-violence and love. King once said, "Let no man pull you so low as to hate him." His virtue in persevering for justice clearly demonstrated the strength of a mind that knows how to respond instead of react, leaving a great legacy. St. Paul once wrote, "And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love." Although this message aligns with the Stoic philosophy of virtue, both Jesus and Stoic philosophers believed that love and forgiveness are pathways to true peace of mind and happiness. By acting with kindness and compassion, we not only nurture our minds, but also create positive changes in the lives of others. Additionally, we can consider Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison without allowing hatred to take over his heart. Upon his release, Mandela chose to respond to oppression and injustice with forgiveness and reconciliation, becoming a symbol of tolerance and virtue worldwide. He once stated, "No one is born hating another person because of the color of their skin, their background, or their religion." Mandela's decisions and actions vividly demonstrate the power of virtue in cultivating a positive response mindset. Epictetus once said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to, but rather wish that what happens happens the way it happens. Then you will be happy." Imagine if everyone responded to the world with virtue and calmness. Could we resolve every conflict with tolerance and wisdom? We can begin with small actions, such as listening to others with patience and understanding, or facing personal challenges with courage and determination. Ask yourself, are we living a life based on virtue? And are we reacting or responding with calmness and wisdom when faced with difficulties? By engaging in virtue, we not only cultivate a more peaceful and resilient soul, but also contribute to the improvement of the world. Prior to proceeding to lesson number 5, we would like to express our gratitude for your support throughout this voyage. Halfway through the video, each moment presents an opportunity to learn and develop. Your presence here, listening and reflecting with us, is a great gift I cherish every minute. To assist us in disseminating these valuable lessons to a wider audience, please like and share this video. Each share is a small action that carries profound meaning, much like the lessons that Stoicism offers. Don't forget that lesson number 6 is waiting for you in the next section. Let's explore and embrace these timeless teachings together once more. Thank you for your support in step 5. It takes self-awareness to master your responses. Master your responses. Are you ever curious about the factors that genuinely influence our responses to life's obstacles? Why do some individuals handle the same situation calmly, while others react violently and uncontrollably? The power of self-awareness, a critical component of Stoic philosophy, provides the solution, enabling us to manage our emotions and actions in life. We often succumb to immediate emotions when faced with emotional storms like work conflicts or family disputes. However, self-awareness is the precious moment when we pause, reflect, and ask ourselves questions such as, why do I feel this way? Is this reaction truly necessary and beneficial? This contemplation facilitates the development of clarity and tranquility, which in turn enables us to make the most rational and advantageous decisions. We should examine the life of Jesus for inspiration. Jesus consistently exhibited infinite compassion and calmness in the presence of significant challenges. He taught us to love our enemies, which is an excellent lesson in the power of mastering emotions and responding with compassion. This not only demonstrates patience, but also bolsters our self-awareness, preventing us from succumbing to negativity. Identify significance in each action. For instance, rather than reacting with anger or defensiveness when you receive severe criticism, ask yourself, is there any validity to this criticism? What lessons can I glean from it? Thus, you maintain composure and improve your learning and development. Self-awareness serves as the intermediary between automatic reactions and intelligent decisions. Ultimately, self-awareness is not merely a process of acknowledging emotions, it is also a journey of profound self-discovery. By comprehending oneself, we not only master our reactions, but also discover genuine freedom in our minds and lives. Let self-awareness lead you to peace and tranquility in the midst of the flow of life, as exemplified by the sixth Stoic. Stoic acceptance. Accepting the unchangeable is a key Stoic lesson. However, have you ever considered how acceptance can bring freedom and serenity to our souls? How can we cultivate the capacity to endure and free ourselves from mental suffering? Stoic philosophy teaches that life is always full of surprises and challenges, from events like job loss and illness to emotional wounds. In those moments, we need to ask ourselves, is this within my control? If not, accepting it with tranquility will help us maintain balance and have the strength to face everything. Look at the life of Jesus, who accepted pain and challenges with compassion and unconditional love in his final moments. He said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." This statement not only demonstrates forgiveness, but also a complete acceptance of reality, transforming suffering into the power of forgiveness and love. A practical example of Stoic acceptance is when you face an inescapable hardship, such as the loss of a loved one. Rather than resisting the pain by denying or avoiding it, allow yourself to feel and accept it. It won't prevent you from suffering, but it will help you cope. Ultimately, the path to true freedom is acceptance in the Stoic way. By relinquishing the desire to control the uncontrollable, we create a space for peace and serenity, enabling us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life and be prepared to confront any obstacles that may arise. Are you ready to embrace the unalterable and uncover your inner strength? If so, please leave a comment expressing your commitment to change. Let's engage in a conversation about how we can apply Stoic philosophy to construct a better life. Never forget that every challenge presents an opportunity for those who are capable of seizing it. Number 7. Emotional sensitivity. Have you ever wondered why certain individuals seem to maintain their composure in high-pressure situations? This is due to their emotional intelligence, which sets them apart from those who easily lose control. Develop the capacity to comprehend and regulate one's own emotions and those of others. Stoic philosophy teaches us that emotional intelligence is not solely about regulating reactions. It also involves the development of a peaceful and joyful life. In order to achieve emotional intelligence, it is necessary to be acutely aware of our emotions and to analyze the ways they influence our behavior. You experience feelings of sorrow, anxiety, or anger. Inquire as to the underlying cause of your emotions and whether they accurately reflect the nature of the issue. By doing so, you can transform your emotions into an opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. For instance, Oprah Winfrey's life serves as a testament to compassion and perseverance. Oprah endured a challenging and unhappy childhood. However, she did not allow these experiences to dictate her life. Rather, she developed the ability to regulate her emotions and transform her suffering into strength. As she once stated, "When you know better, you do better." Through emotional intelligence, she not only surmounted adversity, but also established a substantial media empire. Empire inspires millions worldwide by comprehending that forgiveness and love are the keys to unlocking happiness and sustainable success in life. Emotional intelligence enables us to address challenges more effectively. For example, when confronted with a conflict at work, instead of reacting violently, take a moment to consider the other person's emotions and what actions I can take to resolve the situation in a positive manner. This is how emotional intelligence transforms conflicts into opportunities to establish stronger relationships. Understanding and managing every emotion with wisdom is the foundation of a beautiful and harmonious life through emotional intelligence. It not only fortifies us in the face of adversity, but also fosters a balanced, peaceful, and love-filled existence. Moving forward, we will proceed with secret number 8 on the journey to unlocking our full potential. However, before we proceed, I have a question for you. Have you ever considered why certain individuals are able to remain composed and in control in the face of adversity? This inquiry prompts us to consider secret number 8. Consistent practice is necessary to master one's reactions, even though some individuals readily succumb to emotions. The 8th number is consistent. Consistent practice in response mastery. Self-control is not an instantaneous action. Rather, it is the outcome of a consistent and persistent training process. It necessitates the development of the habit of questioning oneself, particularly in stressful situations, to determine whether the emotion is truly necessary and what is actually important at the moment. These questions not only allow us to reflect, but also enable us to evaluate and adjust our emotions, thereby making informed and appropriate decisions. In order to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the significance of consistent practice, let us examine the narrative of Michael Jordan, the basketball legend. Despite facing dismissal from his high school basketball team, Michael Jordan remained unfazed and persistently practiced. He once stated, "I have missed over 9,000 shots in my career, lost almost 300 games, and on 26 occasions I have been entrusted with the game-winning shot but failed. I failed over and over and over again, and that is why I succeeded." His consistency and perseverance in practice were instrumental in his reaching the pinnacle of success, transforming failure into motivation to improve himself every day. Similarly, Jesus demonstrated the power of consistent practice through his teachings. He taught that we can only reap the true fruits of life by persistently practicing his teachings, exemplified by the parable of the sour grape. Jesus stated that the seed that falls on excellent soil represents an individual who comprehends the message and generates a harvest. This serves as a potent reminder to cultivate the mind and spirit through positive thoughts. Consistent practice and perseverance are required to achieve the desired results. Athletics and religion don't limit consistent practice. It's an essential part of everyday life. In the workplace, you may encounter a challenging project or a difficult colleague. Rather than becoming angry or disappointed, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I enhance this? By utilizing emotional intelligence and consistent practice, you can transform obstacles into opportunities for personal development and growth. Marcus Aurelius was a philosopher who was skeptical. The emperor also affirmed that our daily thoughts and actions shape who we are. A consistent practice of calmness, control, and wisdom will make these qualities part of your life. Consistent practice is not a single act, but a long-term commitment to oneself. It requires patience, determination, and belief in your own abilities. Take the time to nurture your mind and emotions every day, build positive habits, and persistently pursue your goals. Let consistent practice become a guiding principle in your life, leading you to an existence that is filled with true peace and meaning. Are you prepared to embark on this voyage, freedom? Number 9. Forbearance in response. Patience in response training. Have you ever considered the significance of patience in the development of the capacity to respond? Stoic philosophy emphasizes that patience is not only essential for regulation of emotions, but also for the attainment of genuine tranquility and self-mastery. By practicing patience, we can maintain our composure and prevent ourselves from succumbing to negative emotions when faced with challenges. When you encounter a challenging situation, ask yourself, can I be patient and look at this situation from a different perspective? What can I learn from this? In this way, you can not only control your reaction, but also turn difficulties into opportunities for growth. Look at the life of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His patience and relentless determination show that failures are merely stepping stones on the path to success. Rather than allowing challenges to deter him, he viewed each experiment as a chance to learn and grow. Jesus, in his teachings, exemplified patience not only as endurance, but also as an expression of boundless love and forgiveness in everyday life. Patience plays a crucial role. Imagine being stuck in traffic or waiting for an important result, instead of feeling anxious or angry. Practice patience. See the situation as an opportunity to cultivate calmness and emotional control. You can ask yourself, will losing my temper solve the problem? In order to maintain composure and exhibit greater patience, what actions can I take? Patience is a protracted endeavor that necessitates perseverance and resolve. It not only enables us to regulate our emotions, but also cultivates a robust and resilient mind. Begin with small daily duties, such as waiting in long lines, and gradually progress to more significant challenges in life. Let patience become an essential component of your self-development journey, assisting you in achieving self-mastery and peace of mind. Are you ready to start cultivating patience and mastering your reactive actions? Remember that every step, no matter how minor, contributes to significant change. Life is a journey that is replete with challenges and surprises. Each day we encounter crossroads where our capacity to respond determines the course we will follow. Stoic philosophy has demonstrated that responding calmly and thoughtfully, rather than hastily, not only enables us to achieve inner peace, but also opens the door to growth and inner freedom. When we opt to respond rather than react, we are not only adhering to the Stoic philosophy, but also establishing a strong foundation for a more peaceful and meaningful life. Let calmness be the torch that illuminates the path ahead, guiding you toward wise decisions and actions filled with love. Ultimately, remember that this journey is not solely about self-improvement, but also an opportunity to inspire and positively impact those around you. Be a role model for others, demonstrating that life is not solely about impulsive reactions, but rather about conscious and responsible responses. Let each small decision you make today be a step toward a more meaningful and happier life. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe to help spread this philosophy to everyone. Keep watching for more Stoic lessons displayed at the end of this video. Together, we can make the world a better place.